What's going on, MSFers? Duelim here, back again with another video. And today, we're going to be going over my Week 3 Cosmic Crucible, and then we're going to be going over my Week 4 defense as well, which is a big change. We're moving some things around, and I'm going to become a dirty person. So, before we get to that, let's start off with the recap. So, round number 1, we went against Turnic, and attack number 1, I did Emma, Lizard, Cabal into a Hive Sus. It absolutely deleted it. You could have also done APOC, Weaver, Cable, Emma, Rolk here if you wanted to, because there was no pre-taunt, so you could have rewound Sus if you wanted to. But I had Cabal left over, and I wanted efficiency, so we got some efficiency. Room number 2, we did APOC, Rolk, Eternals, and BTS against a Dormammu Annihilators, and this absolutely deletes this room. If you ever have an issue with this room, APOC, Rolk, Eternals does great work. BTS takes off the taunt from Glad right away. It goes really great. Even with the Dormammu there, it does not matter. Room number 3, Spider Society, one-shotting good old Night Stalkers. This is an absolute delete button. It is done in 3 turns. It's Noir takes a turn, specials, kills Man-Thing, Pav takes a turn, ults, kills 2 or 3 people, and then Penny ults, and it's over. Or Peter B specials, and then if you get to the Penny ult, you failed. Congratulations. It doesn't matter. Spider Society absolutely deletes this room. Room number 4, we had a pucker. We used Tangled Kestrel, pre-taunt with Zuggs with Odin into an Orcus Mephisto. I would not recommend this match. This sucked. The safe bet would be a double sack New Warriors into this, or a double sack, Kang, Tangled, Guardian, still the same normal. But this ended up working. I'll take it. You could probably Cabal, Kang, Titania this, but it can get sketchy quick, especially if there's a Lady Deathstrike here. He did not leave Lady Deathstrike in here, so that was pretty interesting. But Cabal, Kang, and Titania would have probably worked here. I tried to go the Odin route. It worked okay. Room number 5, we tried a hybrid of SD, MOE. It did not work. And then we did New Warriors out on the cleanup. Worked really well. And then in room number 6, we did a single sack with Infinity, Watch, and then we came in with Superior 6, Old Man Logan, and Ares for the absolute delete button. Works really well. Going into defense, room number 1, I had Sus, pre-taunt, Hive. He used Cabal as well. His Zemo did end up dying, though, so a little bit less efficient on him. Suck it, loser. Room number 2, we've got Mercs with Ultimus in here, coming into full Annihilators. It did okay. No Ares to take off the safeguard. No Emma to make sure they go before. I don't know. It's interesting. He used the Ultimus. Ultimus ended up dying. Room number 3, he had a struggle fest here, so he tried to one-shot it with Spider Society, which does work. Stop telling me it doesn't. It does work. It may not work for a 5.3 million team, but it works on smaller teams. Then he tried Spider Society Odin, which didn't work as well. I would have loved to see that replay, unless Odin just got tunneled down. I have no idea how that didn't work. And then he ended up coming back in with just full Spider Society and ended up timing out, it seems. So he killed 3 people, couldn't kill the Man-Thing or the Oath. So just ended up timing out here. Probably played a little bit slow because he was thinking about his attacks too much. Room number 4, we tried Odin, New Warriors against Orcus BK, and it did not work. Wow. And then he tried Odin, BTS, Kestrel, Kang, and Titania, and that somehow worked. I'm assuming Odin got absolutely shredded by Lady Deathstrike, Special, or Ult, or Nimrod, or some pings from Black Knight, and it did not go well for him. Room number 5, full SD, taking out a Nightcrawler. Extreme, I gotta say Nightcrawler, because without Nightcrawler, Extreme sucks. Room number 6, he tried Superior 6, Moon Knight, and APOC. Tried the one-shot, did not work. Left it pretty low, though, and was able to have Undying with Ares come in and clean it up. I did end up moving Dormammu in here. So that was pretty good. I did end up winning round number 1, so that was nice. Next up, we went against Barry McCockiner. I could say that now because we're past, the 45-second mark. YouTube won't think I'm cursing. It's fine. His name is Barry McCockiner. I find that hilarious. Room number 1, going against an Orcus, only 4 million. What a slacker. We used Kang, Guardian, Kestrel, and Tangled. Worked really well. Room number 2, we did not clear. So you'll see why I did not clear, because I had a massive room 6 to clear. So we had Invader Sack, then we had Undying Sack, and unfortunately when we came in here with Mercs, with Ares, Super Skrull did not have his special up turn number 1. So Dokken did not get a bunch of speed. So that was pretty sucky. So that didn't end up working, but it is what it is. That's okay. You live and you learn. Room number 3, Spider Society, just decimating Alpha Flight. Room number 4, Cabal, Lizard, and Craven. Craven actually did some good stuff here, taking out a SD with Black Knight, so this worked pretty well. I liked it. Room number 5, we got full SD, taking out a Extreme with Dorm and with Nightcrawler. So remember, with Nightcrawler here, they will dodge the revive removal from Black Cat passive, and this still ended up working. Not too bad on efficiency either. I will take it. SD is turning out to be a really, really, really great team with these Doctor Strange reworks. I'm super happy we're using them and getting some really good use out of them right now. Room number 6, we did an Updog counter. So he had Odin Illuminati in 6 like an asshat. We did an Infinity Watch sack. You essentially pause right when Hank is going to ult. And then we came in with Odin, APOC, Superior 6, and it ends up working because they have the Exhausted, obviously. And also you get the extra buffs and bonuses from APOC, so you have extra damage on your Odin, so it works out well. The fact that I had to use so much here meant room number 2 did slack. So it is what it is, that's okay. And then my opponent ended up using Cabal, Lizard, and Ultimus on my pre-taunt Sus Hive. Worked pretty well. Room number 2 used APOC, Tangled, Rolk, and Kestrel. Also did pretty well. Room number 3, Spider Society, one-shotting my Mephisto Night Stalkers. As you see, it does work. It is a thing that can work. Stop saying it doesn't. I promise you it does work. Room number 4, he used Night Stalkers on offense, and Night Stalkers on offense absolutely spank Orcus. So if you are having trouble with Orcus, Night Stalkers is the answer for you. You'll see I'm actually bringing them to offense for this week because of how well they do, even at small team. I mean, Blade is 6'6", yes, but Oath and Man-Thing are just little babies. So absolutely deleting my Orcus Mysterio room. Room number 5, he tried MOE with Dokken, only killed the Absorbing Man, and then came back in with New Warriors because Nightcrawler most likely did not have ult or special up. So that works pretty well. And then in room number 6, he actually did a double sack and then used Superior 6 Ares Old Man Logan. You can single sack this and do the exact same thing and it works just fine, but I don't know why he did a double sack. He was probably confident after he pulled off the one shot here, so he probably had some confidence in him. So he full cleared. I did not. I actually would have lost on efficiency even if I did full clear him. So it is what it is. And then in round number 3, you see I have done an absolute juicer and won by 9 freaking points. So room number 1, we have Cabal, Kang, and Titania almost failing against an Orcus because Kang decided to slack and not take the speed up off of Lady Deathstrike. So after Kang goes, Lady Deathstrike gets to ult and deleted 2 people. It got kind of sketchy. I did get the clear though. Room number 2, we had bad RNG and Dokken got hit by the rewind here. So it's pretty unfortunate. So it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. I came back in. It worked perfectly fine next time because Dokken didn't get rewound, and then I specialed, and then I did everything I needed to do, and it worked great. Room number 3, I used Spider Society once again to take out an Alpha Flight. Snooze Fest already. Shocker, Raid Room is a Snooze Fest. Room number 4, we used New Warriors APOC against the Night Stalkers, and this worked pretty well. Unfortunately, Agatha is a bitch, and she resisted absolutely everything. She resisted the trauma, the offense down, and most of the bleeds from Firestar, and resisted the room rule blind that would have been put on her, so I did not get to spread blind to Blade. I also didn't get to rewind them a bunch more by getting that offense down to spread, so that was pretty rough, but it ended up working. all the same. Room number 5, we have full SD taking out an Extreme with Dormammu. No Nightcrawler here, so you see this does work as well. Again, SD turning out to be a really, really good team to take out Extreme in room 5, so I am liking it. And then in room number 6, I tried a one-shot with Superior 6, Vulture, and Odin, and you see it did not work very well. So my thought was, hey, I need to sack this and then come back in with another team to be able to clear it because I need to double sack Mephisto. I ended up coming in with the tech sack because I went, hey, if Dark Phoenix can get to her Dark Phoenix special, I could potentially kill all of them because there's no healing in this room and they're all below 20% life. And guess what? It panned out for me, and this was probably one of the absolute craziest things I have ever seen. Go check out this video for the full. So you see here, Mephisto does his pact, then we do the special, then Nightcrawler comes in and kills Phoenix. Phoenix goes just before Thanos endgame, hits that special, and kills everyone. And that right there is the only reason that I actually won this Crucible, because I would have lost if that was the stack that it intended to be, but it ended up getting me the win by 9 points. So going 2-1, sticking in Masters 2, I'll be around rank 150-ish. I'll be around 19, probably 66, 1967. So sitting in Masters 2, not comfortably, just treading water. But let's get into my defense for week number 4, and you're going to see some big changes here. So room number 1, that's right. We're going to do some secret defenders on defense. And I think this is going to catch people off guard because the Nightcrawler in here is going to give a bunch of speed, which means you can't just New Warriors Lizard this. So I think this could be pretty interesting, honestly. It's SD. They're a really big team. I feel like they're going to end up doing some good things. What I can do here is I could end up removing Photon from this and putting in Doctor Strange instead. But I do like Photon because of her passive, and that does a pretty good amount of damage. Her special that does the blind. So Photon is pretty good, but Doctor Strange does that rework. If I'm able to get some diamonds on him, I might throw Doctor Strange in here instead to see how that works. Room number 2, we're going to be an ass, and we're going to put good old Annihilators with Sus and Mephisto. So what this is going to do is this is going to require a double sack, and then they're going to have to come in with Cabal APOC to take this out, or you could do like a Doom APOC comp if you get to the Super Scroll Ultimate. So that's going to be a pretty good room that requires a good team to take out even after the double sack. So I'm curious to see how this is going to be navigated. Room number 3, we're going to put Alpha Flight in here just because it's a placeholder. So if they end up keeping Spider Society on defense, they're going to have some struggles with Alpha Flight because Spider Society is one of the only really good teams to beat Alpha Flight in room 3. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that works. Room number 4, I'm going to do Orcus with Dormammu, and the reason why I'm throwing in Dormammu in here is for the revive, so hopefully it can mess with a potential New Warriors to come into this because they'll obviously die, but then they'll revive and then they'll come back and then they'll be starting to take some turns, and then it could really mess up New Warriors once they get through their full turn cycle, and then Orcus just starts deleting, so that could be pretty interesting. I could end up putting Black Knight from room 5 into room 4 to make room 4 better. But the problem is that I've seen with having Black Knight or just Dormammu in room 5, especially no Nightcrawler, is this will just get New Warriors. And it'll get like a New Warriors North Star because there's no one there to make New Warriors not work. Or you could do like a New Warriors Ares if they have the Absorbing Man in here as well. So yeah, I needed to bolster room 5, so I put good old Black Knight in here to make it a little bit better. And now you're thinking to yourself, hey, you don't have Black Knight with Illuminati. You can see Captain Britain's little head poking out here. You also don't have Dormammu. Who did you put with him? Yeah, I'm a bad person. I've realized the higher I get, the more necessity I have to do this. I don't like that I have to do this, but unfortunately, if my opponent has Odin Illuminati on defense and I do not, it's essentially I don't win. It's really, really unfortunate, but I have to do it to be more competitive. So this is going to be my defense, Odin Illuminati in 6. Mephisto sus in 2. If you do not have Odin, Black Knight is a great choice to put in room 6, or you could put Dormammu in room 6 with Illuminati. If you don't want to put Illuminati on defense, you want to have them for offense, Superior 6 is a surprisingly good choice in room 6 because remember, they have that safeguard and immunity. So if you use Black Panther Shuri to come in here and put an ability block on on Green Goblin Classic, it will not happen, and then Green Goblin Classic will get to ult, and then the team kind of falls apart, which is really, really nice. Another alternative to room 2, if you don't have Mephisto, is you could keep Sus in here, and then just put Ultimus in here. The Mephisto really makes this room a lot better, obviously. I am also keeping Night Stalkers for offense, which is why I thought I could lose Secret Defenders on offense. So Night Stalkers are going to be relegated to taking out an Orcus team, obviously, because Night Stalkers is really good, as you saw. Alpha Flight's going to stump somebody that's not paying attention or might not use Spider Society into it because they might have them on defense. So yeah, this is going to be my defense for week number 4. I almost said room number 4. For week number 4, I'm optimistic for this. I really think this is going to work out pretty well. I'm just going to be a dirty human and put Odin on defense because I don't think I have much of a choice anymore with as high as I'm getting. But if you use this defense, let me know how it goes. If you decided to tweak it a little bit, let me know how it goes as well. But until next time, this has been Dolum. Later, MSFers.